Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 9th episode of my Tibia guides. In this episode I will compare 3 Dragonlairs, and since it's such a themed episode, I thought I would make a cheesy jingle to go with it. Compare the Dragonlair! Right, now we got that out of the way, I want to talk about some stuff first. However, I can imagine there's people out there that are like, Moranah, just shut up and show us some dragons. Very well, be like that. I specially made a button for impatient people like you to let you skip straight to the action. You can click it now, it's alright. The button is fading in like 3, 2, 1 and it's gone. It's been almost half a year since I uploaded my latest Tibia video and I'm really sorry if I kept you waiting. If you're subscribed to my channel, you probably noticed I play other games as well, and they have kept me busy. I've had tons of private messages and people that commented on my videos asking me when I would make a new movie. I even had a guy that walked on me at Thijs Depot asking me when I make a new movie. I'm sorry I forgot your name, but I do remember you were a level 9 paladin that still had better gear than I do. I'm planning on making Tibia movies more often. The problem is that making a Tibia movie is rather time consuming. Not only does it take time, it also takes a lot of effort and energy, and I'm not always in the right creative mood to make them. However, I do realize that I make these movies for you guys and that I kind of owe you the pleasure of making them in a very weird way. One of those messages came from Mika51. He asked if I could do a movie about the Bone Beast Island and the quest that's needed to get there. I kinda promised him to make my next movie about it, but as it probably takes a lot of time to make it, I thought I'd rather make a quick movie first to at least let the people know I'm still alive. Mika51, if you're watching this, I still will make a movie of the Bone Beast Island, don't worry. I've had so many requests for specific hunting places that I think I will make a list of things I still can do movies about. So if you have a suggestion, you can comment down below, send me a private message or even tweet me or post it on my Facebook. I will put it on a list, and when I'm making a new movie, I will get a hunting spot from this list. This way everybody gets a fair chance, and I'm not bound to promises I made to certain people, as that's just too much work for me. I don't want to sound lazy or anything, but the fact is I'm not doing this for a job, just in my spare time when I feel like it. Well, that's probably enough of me whining about first world problems, on to the dragons. First off, the Dragonlair. It's rather easy to get there. From Stonehome, go through the mountain as you would when you go to Cyclopolis, and when you're in the woods, keep going northwest until you run into this little mountain. The Dragonlair consists mostly of a set of narrow passages. Each passage has a hole at the end, which contains a small room with 4 or 5 dragon spawns, as well as some dragon hatchlings. Hunting here is rather comfortable, as you can systematically check the spawns as you go along. The dragon lures are nicely locked away, so if you're not looking for trouble, you can stay out of it. The experience rate in here is pretty mediocre. I got around 65k per hour with the experience buff, so without the buff that would be 43k per hour. Nothing too fancy, but probably pretty decent when you're a lower level. As far as I know, it's usually not too populated. I was hunting here with one other guy, and that's not too bad on a rather populated server like Perugia. Secondly, the Darasha Dragonlair. This one is very easy to get to. From Darasha, just go north and you will run into it eventually. There is a gate of expertise of level 40 in front of the lair, but to be honest, you really shouldn't hunt here until you are at least level 50ish. This Dragonlair is insanely good. Actually, it's way too good, and that's the bad thing of it. That makes perfect sense, right? It's gotten to a point where there's so many people hunting there that sometimes you're literally sharing a dragon with 2 or 3 people. If you're somehow lucky enough to get this spawn with one other guy or maybe even completely for yourself, you're pretty much in dragon hunting heaven. The cave is circularly shaped with rooms attached to it. Each room has 2 or 3 dragon spawns and some dragon hatchlings. There's also dragon spawns in the circle shaped hallway. You can just run in circles and by the time you get to your starting point, the dragons have respawned by 10 times already. I could talk for hours about this dragon spawn, but I will spare you. Long story short, this spot is perfect, but if there's 5 people running around and killing each other's dragons, there's no point of going there. My experience rate was about 50k per hour, and that was with the experience buff and with killing dragon lords because there were not enough dragons. Without the buff, that would be 33k experience per hour, so there would be really no point of going here. Lastly, the Anchorman Dragonlair. This lair is also very easy to get to. From Anchorman, go north and hug the mountains to the west. Somewhere between the green and the blue gins, go up the ramp with the dragon skeleton. There's other smaller dragon lairs in these mountains as well, but I won't cover those as this one is the biggest. I remember when I used to hunt here as a level 40. That's a whole long time ago. You were pretty much forced to hunt with a crossbow and bolts, as those were the best distance weapons. Power bolts were very rare and were only used by very high level players when they had a war or when soloing a demon or crazy shit like that. Dragons were also pretty dangerous, as they could still combo you to death when you're not careful. Anyway, enough with the nostalgic stuff. When I came back here, I realized the spawn has lost its magic. There's just not enough dragons. The spawn is insanely slow and there are only about 8 spawns. You could go upstairs 1 level, but there's at least 2 dragon lords and I'm not too keen of taking on 2 dragon lords at once. Downstairs there's also dragon lords, but there's a nice little ramp you can run around to. As I'm not trying to cover the dragon lords, because this movie should also be suitable for lower levels, I can safely say this Dragonlair sucks. With the experience buff I got around 35k experience per hour. Without the buff that would be 23k experience per hour. With those experience rates you might as well go kill Rodworms in Carlin. Alright, now for a quick conclusion, I will lay final judgment to these 3 Dragonlairs. Eden Dragonlair.
Rocks!
Darasha Dragonlair.
Rocks!
Anchorman Dragonlair.
Sucks!
Alright ladies and gentlemen, that will be it for this video. If you liked what you have seen, please hit the like button. And if you're new here and you wish to see more in the future, hit the subscribe button. I've gotten quite a lot of new subscribers in the last few weeks, so welcome to you guys. I hope you enjoy my content. I'm slowly but steadily nearing the 100 subscriber mark and I'm thinking of doing something when I reach it, but I'm not so sure what to do yet. If you have a brilliant plan that doesn't involve me ending in bed or in jail, please leave it in the comments down below. Anyway, here's 2 movies that you might want to check out if you haven't already. The first one is my latest episode of my Tibia movies, where I am hunting in the Orc Fortress. If I'm correct, I probably will never have to say that sentence again, because I now have this movie to refer to. Anyway, the second movie is me playing Guild Wars 2 and doing a structured PvP match with some guild members. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Moranah and I hope to see you next time. See you!